Yeah, so welcome back to Cafe class, and then I would want to quickly continue with the Wassce preparation questions as well. So this is core maths, to be specific, core maths. So the first question reads: given that sine x is equal to 0.6 and then x is greater or equal to 0 degrees but less or equal to 90 degrees, find 1 minus tan x, leaving your answer in the form a over b. So if we could remember the whole concept of trigonometry, so we're told about the SOHCAHTOA, that is sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, that concept. So I can say sine x is equal to 0.6, which is the same as 6 over 10. This gives me the idea that the hypotenuse over here is 10 units, and then my opposite would now become 6 units. So if I have my diagram like this, let's say this is A, B, C. So sine x is opposite. So this is x, this is the angle x, and this is the opposite of it. This is the hypotenuse, it's 6 over 10. I've been asked to find 1 minus tan x. If I don't know tan, if I don't know the value of the adjacent of the x here, I cannot be able to work, because tan requires you to use the adjacent and then the opposite. So if you don't know the opposite and the adjacent, you can't work with the tan. So I have to get that quickly. How do I get that? I know this is a right angle triangle, so I apply the Pythagoreans Pythagoras theorem. Sorry, I apply the Pythagoras theorem, and then I use that one to get a value of BC. So I say AB squared plus BC squared should be equal to AC squared. I know AB 6 squared plus BC I don't know. 10 squared 100. This would become minus 36. 100 minus 36, that should be 64 if I'm not mistaken. I find the square root of 64, and then that gives me 8 units. So I now know this side as 8 units. I want the value of tan. So tan x now becomes, from this diagram, tan x now becomes opposite 6 over 8, which is the adjacent. 2 here, 3, 2 here, 4. So I have 3 over 4 as my tan x. I've been asked to find 1 minus tan x. Tan x is equal to 3 over 4. LCM here is 4. 1 goes into 4 4 times, so I have 4 here. And then 4 goes into 1, 1. 1 times 3, 3. 1 over 4. So this is it for the first question. Second question, if sine x sine x plus 2 is equal to 5, we have to find the value of x. So the same approach, 8 sine x, so 8 sine x is equal to 5 minus 2. I have to group like terms. If I do that, I get 8 sine x is equal to 3. So I have 3 here. Divide through by 8. So when I divide through by 8, I'm going to get sine x is equal to 3 over 8. Now, I want the value of x and not sine x. So I have to find the sine inverse of both sides. When I find a sine inverse of sine here, it goes away, then it appears over here. So I have x is equal to sine inverse 3 over 8. And then if you are to punch that on the calculator, let me see if I can get my calculator. Yes, so if I have to punch that on the calculator, I'm going to get 22.02 degrees. Yes, and then you've been asked to round it to the nearest degree. So this to the nearest degree is still 22 degrees. So question 1, question 2, done. Question 3, if 2 raised to the power x plus 2 raised to the power x minus 1 is equal to 48, find the value of x. Okay. So okay, so we go the same way. We now try to break these ones down to a simpler form so that we can be able to work around it. So we have 2 to the power x plus, from indices, this can be written as, agreed? Yes. Okay. So if we have a situation like this is the same as the dot here, means the dot over here is multiplication. So when you go to the tertiary level, you go and see multiplication. It's not a dot, it is especially in mathematics, when you see it, it is multiplication. All right, so I can write 2 to the power x plus 1 over 2 times 2 to the power x. Now let me represent this and this with a variable so that I can come back and do substitution. So I'm letting m be equal to 2 to the power x. LCM here would be 2. Or I can just multiply 2 by 2. So if I do so, I get 2m plus m is equal to, so 48 by 2, 16. So m will be equal to 32. But remember, the question didn't give us m. We introduced the m in the question. So at the end of the day, whatever we do must be in terms of x. We have to get a value of x. So if I want to get the value of x, I can now say, but m was equal to 2 to the power x. And so if m now is 32, then I have this. So I express 32 in terms of 2. 2 to the power 5 is equal to 2 to the power x. Therefore, x is equal to 5, since the bases are the same. Alright, so question 1, 2, 3, done. Let's take the final question. Solve the equation 243 base x is equal to 73, where x is the base of the number. So I know my right hand side of this equation is already in base 10, and my left hand side, I don't know the base, so I have to convert it to base 10 so that I can get my work done. So by conversion, 0, 1, 2, 2 to times x to the power 2 plus 4 times x to the power 1 plus 3 times x to the power 0 is equal to 73. Okay. 2x squared plus 4x plus 3 is equal to 73. 73 or 73, yeah. So I have this, bring this here. So I brought this, making it minus 70. Divide 2 by 2. Alright, so I'm looking for two numbers such that when I multiply, I get negative 35. When I add, I get positive 2. That should be negative 5 and then positive 7. So x squared plus 7x minus 5x minus 35, 0. X here. So we've done algebraic expressions, factorization, how to go about this. That is why I'm just brushing through with you. So we factorize x is common to x squared and then 7x. When I factorize, I'll be left with x plus 7 in the first bracket. The same thing in the second bracket. 5 is common, negative 5 is common. I'll be left with x over here and then plus 7 here equal to 0. I have x minus 5, another x plus 7 is equal to 0. It's just like having a times b is equal to 0. There is no way you multiply two numbers and you get 0 unless one of the numbers is 0. How do we know which of them is 0? We take the first one equate to 0, we take the second one equate to 0, and that is how you'll be able to know. So if that is the case, I get x is equal to 5, or x plus 7 is equal to 0, x is equal to negative 7. But remember, in number basis, we do not have a negative base for a number. So the right answer for this particular question is supposed to be x is equal to positive 5. So on this note, I end this session as well. Thank you for your time, and then do have a good day. Bye bye.